My name is Bee Bowman, and I am very pleased to say that we are here today to wish Dr. Molina farewell. He has done so much for our service unit. The staff and patients have responded very well to his leadership.
Karen Camilli, and I am the Salt River Clinic Director. And Dr. Molina is my supervisor. I've known him for 3 years since he came on board. Extremely intelligent, has done so much for the Phx.Indian Medical Center and for the Native population, and that's what he wants to continue to do. So my experience with him is just awesome. He's very down to earth, really cares for, like I said, the Native population.
I feel very honored to be part of John's farewell. I hate to say farewell because John is a type of a person he's always on the scene in my own native language. Emampo tawa. Itom Lios, vemela vota amaka. Lios em chanievo. Lios em chioputesia. And I am saying thank you, Heavenly Father, for this beautiful day. And I know you will bless this day. So therefore, we open this with this special religious beliefs that all of us have in mind to our Creator up there. So therefore, I leave it in God's hands. I thank you very much.
My name is Michael Yaqui. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at PIMC, and will be serving as today's MC and providing the welcoming remarks. So first, welcome honored guests and staff and community members from all places to PIMC as we bid a fond farewell to our CEO, Dr. John.Molina, as he moves on to the next phase in his life and his life journeys. Dr. Molina began his tenure here at PIMC in June of 2010, but he's had a long and very intimate relationship with the facility, having received his own care and treatment here in the hospital and having served as an OBGYN physician as well, before eventually returning to us on the administrative side of the house as our CEO. I've personally only had the opportunity to work with Dr. Molina for the past 7 months, since November of 2012. However, I've known of Dr. Molina for over 15 years, having gone to graduate school here and doing a graduate internship at the Arizona Association of Community Health Centers, and a job right after. I came to know of this Indian physician who had started up a community health center specifically to serve his people in his community. And so for a young administrator straight out of college, that's very inspiring to see another Native man who's really done something for his people. In his 3 years as the CEO here at PIMC, the organization's realized many accomplishments and has changed its financial position from being one of being in the red by a couple $1 million to now being very healthy in the black. A very wide turnaround.
On behalf of the chaplains here at the Phx.Indian Hospital, and like probably many of you, when you heard of Dr. Molina leaving, a lot of emotions went through you, thinking, okay, what now? What's going to happen? When I ended up getting an invitation and saying, whoa, what's happening here? And I was thinking a shepherd is being moved on to someplace else. And but a prayer came to my mind in God's word. It says, calling a prophet named Jabez. It says, and Jabez called on God, saying, oh, that you may bless me and indeed enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, and I may not cause pain. And so God granted him that request. And it's like your territory is being expanded. You sometimes you get your hands caught behind you. You could do so much, and it's time to move on for you to grow even and where God's going to take you. And all of us go through that time. My wife and I have a saying that we say, God has the right to interrupt our lives. And all of a sudden change takes place. And you go, what do? And I think a lot of times many of us end up praying, okay, God, I need your help. And I know it was a very hard decision. But you're going to be able to expand that territory, be able to reach other people, Native people, and be able to help this hospital. And I'm thinking, wow, what a blessing, what an honor that is. But you know, as us that are staying here, we're called to that same goal, because we have to step up ourselves.
I watched him and the way he treated employees, and he is a true leader in terms of the way he treats employees. To me, a leader will treat the person that is right next to them in terms of leadership the same way that he treats the person that picks up our garbage every day. And today we all here at the facility have our buttons, the I Walk the Line button, and what a perfect person to advocate for that and demonstrate that to the organization. And I haven't had a chance to really talk to you. This is what I wanted to tell you, and I just really admire that. To me, that speaks volumes of who you are, what your character is, and I hope our next CEO is just as good.
Dr. Molina likes to have a good time, and I really appreciate him for that. He's a very good advocate, not only for natives here, but natives in general. Just, for everything that we do, not only Indian health, but other things as well. And it's really appreciated. And when I had my little bump in the road, I appreciate your help there too. So that's it.
I get excited about John is, well, first of all, disappointed. It was a shock to me because I didn't know that he was thinking about that. And I know it's difficult for anybody to make those types of decisions, whether you've decided to move on and seek other opportunities, which in this case is what he's doing, or whether you decide to retire. And I know that many of the employees are at that point of deciding if we can retire. Can I give up this commitment to Indian people and our patients? But, when John came to talk to me, and the reason that he is moving on is his ability, now that he has a better understanding of the difficulties we have in administering a responsive program, is his role to move forward and taking an opportunity for advocacy. How much better of an advocate can we have than someone who's been in the trenches and to understand the stresses and how difficult? And I know there were times that we were talking and I said, John, working for the federal government is not the same as working for the private sector, when you can move a little more quickly in the private sector. We have many, many regulations, and we all have to keep track of what our accomplishments are. Keeping track on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and looking back over time to see what you've accomplished, because it does move more slow, much more slowly than the private sector. It's one way of, when I first came in 24 years ago, that I had to do that as well, and keeping myself motivated. And I see an opportunity now in John to be that voice for us. He, I know, has committed to being continually involved, remaining involved here, keeping a thumb on the pulse or a finger on the pulse of what we're doing, but also knowing how we work and where we can and cannot make accomplishments. He will be able to move forward, and I'm really looking forward to that, and that's the thing that I think we need to celebrate.
Nele hayodin yayo, nele hayodin yayo, na Jacob de yana na 99 yala ton tele ishikeyo ishikeda sanolini betla nana zayo she itade yale nele hayodin ya nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo na nele hayodin ya nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo na nele hayodin ya nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo nele hayodin yayo na.
My greatest honor was to have a relationship with you as colleagues, as relatives, in the work that we did here at PIMC. It was a very difficult decision for me because I think there's no Indian man that could have had such honor and to lead the flagship of the Indian Health Service, Phx.Indian Medical Center, and to have just a treasure of colleagues, employees, physicians, housekeepers, everybody that are so committed to what we do here for our Native people. You know, I always believe that as a hospital, that it's important that we always honor the importance of quality and performance and ensuring that we meet our capacities to be fiscally prudent and spend well the taxpayers' money. But beyond that, so important for me was to be able that we never lose that spirit, that compassion for our Native people. Every person that walks into this door, every grandmother, elder, child, man who comes here to this facility to seek hope and healing, that's who we are and that's what we're all about. And I think that with respect to that, I really encourage you to never lose that spirit that you have in here. Because in the course of everything that we have to do with government regulations and guidelines, we can still carry that spirit for our people. The spirit that we have for individuals who come here. And each one of you have that. And I believe in you. And as my partner Stephanie Big Pro, who's Oglala Lakota, we talked this morning, she said something very powerful to me. She said, you know, it's important to understand that you let the people know that you believe in them, that I believe in you because you believed in me. And that relationship is so powerful that we carry to our relatives, to our families, that we believe in each other. We see those elements of what we can do. And I tell you, it's been such a joy to be here. These 3 years went by so fast. And I just take so many good memories with me to be able to carry me to my next journey. And thank you so much for that blessing song, because it is another journey. I don't leave PIMC because I'm not leaving Native people and the work that we do for them. My journey will carry me to another area, but I don't leave you. I might leave you in human form, but never ever in spirit. In fact, I have an application to be a volunteer here now at PIMC, so you'll see me at the welcome desk. So I won't be far. But again, if there's anything this humble Yaqui Apache man can say to you, is always carry the spirit of our people right here. Carry it with you everywhere you go. From the moment you step on this campus to the moment you leave, we're here for our reasons. Our ancestors paid dearly and heavily for what we can offer them. And we have the proud honor to carry that on forward. So thank you so much for all that you've done, what you've given to me, for what we shared together as colleagues and friends, and the good times that we've had. And sure, you know, it's always about keeping that spirit, keeping in the moment, looking at opportunities, and dreaming for how we can improve things for our people. Before I end, I also want to have somebody come up here that's been very special to me too. Ms. Caroline French. I think I surprised her. Good morning, Caroline. Miss Caroline and I have been friends for 20-some years, and I respect her because she's not only one of our patients, but she comes to me and she talks to me. And she's always sharing with me how we can do things better here at PIMC. And the people that really know how we can do things better at PIMC is our patients. The ones that we need to listen to hear, to open our hearts, open our minds to hear what they have to say. And Caroline has been doing that in the last 3 years that I've been here, and I've taken her words to heart, and I even had her present at the leadership meeting that we had last week. I brought her in before all our leadership, and I said, Caroline, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to tell us how we can make things better here at PIMC. And she did, very eloquently, very articulate. She has a heart, she's got a mind that speaks for Indian people, and I really respect that. So with that said, Caroline, I want to present you with something. I want to present her with this certificate. The certificate of appreciation to Ms. Caroline French for your participation in the PIMC leadership meeting and for the advocacy for the health of our Native people, June 18th, PIMC. Thank you, Caroline.
My name is Caroline French, and I met Dr. Molina while he was a GYN doctor here at the hospital. And I had a lot of complications with carrying my baby, and now my son's a 37-year-old worker on the Salt River community, and with the thanks to Dr. Molina and his encouragement to take care of myself. You know, he was a good person, and he moved on to become a lawyer, and you know, he's an inspiration to us because he's saying, you know, because I now feel like leaving my community because people are prejudiced. And he's given me the right, or the feeling that I should have pride in what I do. And, you know, being a Native, I shouldn't let people hurt me because I'm a mixed blood, and I should carry that with me, and I will. Because my goal is to get out of junior college and go to NAU to study immigration law. You know, he's inspired me. I think he's a good man. And he was always somebody you could go talk to when you had a problem with doctors here.
Mama, Tamanya Patia in the Castle Antaye Wagoateka Manyanaka Amachurchinye Tamapahas Namakamia Tampe Onyatan Tapoke Kamanyata Yaping Tawan Kamo Moka Pitimam Pemakakan Tamanya Patio in the castle in Oke Antaye Wakoatiko Manyanaka Amachurchinye Tamapahas Namakamia Tampe Onyatan
Continue that advocacy work. It's greatly needed, and I wanted to point out he helps people who are alive today because of him in a very personal way from a very devastating disease, and we wanted to thank you from the Oncology Center of Excellence for that.